It was DWIs.
Oh, that must be.
Yeah.
Page 12.
Yeah. What's the word with him?
So he checked in, counsel's not here.
Can you bring him up and let's put him in the, I don't want to lose him. Please. Joshua Jones, come up. Is there space? You are Aziel Gracia.
Sir.
Mr. Gracia, so
He's charged with, I've never seen this before, Judge, but he's charged with violating a bond condition.
yeah, I mean, I've certainly seen it.
And,
It's either
It's not a protective order, it's a bond condition.
right, because they can't make the protective order case because it's been more than 61 days,
Had
right?
nothing to do with the protective order, Judge.
So, yeah, right, I get it.
It was a different situation completely. Had nothing to do with family violence.
Get there. So you're charged with violation of a bond condition / protective order. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. If you cannot afford a lawyer be appointed to represent you. So before we start, was he in a PTI? Is that why this case is 1,000 days old?
Yes, sir. He just has a few BIP classes left to finish the PTI.
Okay. Okay, go for it.
Judge. The officer was dispatched to a business in Harris County, Texas, in response to a disturbance. Upon arrival, the officer observed the defendant grab another male aggressively, and the officer conducted a search on the defendant's person and found a loaded gun in the front pocket. The defendant is currently on bond for an assault family violence and has bond conditions in place prohibiting from possessing a firearm.
Yeah, all right. Mr. Gracia, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on the bond conditions. State, what's your position as far as he's in a PTI? He's now picked up a new case. Mr. Gracia, I want you to know that we take these bond conditions extremely serious.
Sir.
You don't, though. This is not your first VPO. This is not your first violation of bond condition. You don't get it. No means no. Doesn't mean maybe. Doesn't mean I'm going to a high crime area. No means no. And now there are consequences. Stephen.
Judge, can I tell you a little bit about the case?
Sure.
You know, like, just to explain to you what happened. He was at his business. He owns a trucking company. He hired somebody who he said he took a chance on him because has a sketchy record, convicted felon. It didn't work out within a couple of days. So he ended up firing the individual. The individual refused to leave the premises or refused to accept it. So he started threatening him. He went inside. The individual started trying to damage the trucks. So at that point, he was fearful. He went and retrieved a firearm that he knew was hidden in the vehicle. I'm sorry, in there. I understand, Judge. And
It's about the worst thing that you can do. Imagine if you use the firearm. Who gets charged with murder, Mr. Gracia? Who has now dug themselves into a potential 50-year hole? We have a case like that today where a meager argument, someone who's charged with assault is now charged with murder because of a silly ass, stupid ass argument. Now dude is sitting in custody with a $250,000.
And he's been punished at this point, Judge. He's been punished for violating the bond by getting an entire new case on that. So as far as him going into custody for violating the bond condition, I would hope that you would take that into consideration, the fact that he has gotten punished on the bond violation already, and the fact that he's already had to hire a new attorney for two cases at this point, and it's probably going to affect the other case. So I would hope that you would continue supervision on that, just taking that into consideration.
I truly appreciate your position, but you have an assault from 2019 of a family member. The following year, you pick up a violation of a protective order or bond condition. Now you have another assault that they were even, I don't, what the hell you're looking over there? Was it Jesus over there? You already have an assault of a family member that was dismissed as it is. You were lucky enough to even have this kind of an agreement where they're willing to dismiss a second assault of a family member. And now you pick up another violation of a bond condition. Eric, he doesn't get it.
I understand, Judge.
You don't get it. And now I have to show you, we mean business. I think that you are utter and complete danger to public safety. And I will do everything in my power to protect my public in every single way. Because the last thing I want is you to pick up a murder case like we have here this morning. Someone else goes with you.
Judge, one more thing. There's a bond condition on there that he's not allowed to return to that address. That address is his business. It's his place of business. The other person has no right to that address. So hasn't worked for the last week and a half because there's a bond condition, I'm assuming from the magistrate, that doesn't allow him to go back to that business.
Show me
So
proof.
I'd like to be
Show
able
me
to take
proof. And, you know, the proper, you know, and you need to advise, the proper way to do things is you call the cops.
that. Get a judge.
Really. I mean, that's, if you own the business, you show it. I mean, how easy would it have been to just call police?
I mean, he has a right to defend his property and. his-
Not while the case is open. He does, but not in that manner.
It's one of those things where things happen quick and you have to make a decision. And when we're talking about trucks that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars and things like that.
911, man, really?
How long do they take to get there, Judge? So he's,
Okay. They will still take his ass to jail and then, you know, try to get restitution or whatnot, but
so as far as the bond goes, can you set him a bond today? So
Of course.
And Judge, we've contacted Conrad because it's his case, but I just want to confirm that bond has been revoked for his prior case. Is that correct? Or-
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. On the assault, I'm revoking it.
Yes, Judge.
Looks like they set the bond at 20,000 on the new case.
Yes, Judge.
I'm gonna mirror it.
Because he's already posted that bond, he's already hired me. He hired me on the other case as well. There's a motion to sub in your queue that I need you to sign as well.
I'll sign it for you.
I'd ask that you set that new bond at $500. It's tough for the family, Judge. I mean, at this point, he hasn't worked in 2 weeks. He's trying to get back on his feet. He did everything properly. He didn't go back to the location because of the bond condition.
I'm not doing $500. I mean, I was thinking that was gonna mirror the same one. I was gonna put it at
And that would be
20,000.
his state's
So,
position to mirror.
so he understands that we mean business, you know, if he's unable to bond out, I'm always willing to talk after a couple days, you know, but I want him to understand that we take it absolutely serious. And when you go over there with a gun with the intent to do some serious damage, hell no, no way, no. And I think that making it 20,000, what the other one is, hopefully it'll get his attention.
Okay, would you
But like I
consider
said, look,
10,000?
like I'm not out for blood, Eric, you know, so if he's unable to, after some time, come back, and I'm not talking weeks, but you know, a couple days, so he realizes that we mean business.
So we're talking about 2 weeks minimum. So would you consider getting 10,000?
Well, remember, I Zoom, so you can be in Abu Dhabi. I'm still, well, here,
His mom's present, so let me talk to her.
Yeah. for sure.
Thanks,
Okay.
Judge. Brought the proof within the court.
Okay,
The things, I can't see it I don't have access to the OR and the bond conditions aren't in there yet. So can you see them?
mind attaching him?
Can I get your client's name?
Yeah, Gracia.
Gracia.
GRA.
Okay.
So has mom been over there to check on everything? Because I'm sure mom can go over there.
Not sure, Judge. I don't know if he wanted to send her over.
I would check with her, perhaps she can go over there just to make sure.
Reports and they did that kind of stuff. That's all done.
If they're in that much in fear of that kind of, I mean, she should go over there, check on it, and then if there's an
They
issue,
want to send her over there by herself. But they did make police reports and went through all those steps.
It appears that we're still waiting on the offense report.
But do you see bond conditions in there?
I do not see bond conditions.
So the magistrate told him he couldn't go over there, but I guess they didn't actually sign
see,
it.
let me see.
I do see it. from the magistrate.
Mhm.
It's just preventing him go from 30, 31.
To the East Wallaceville?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so here's when he bought East Wallaceville. Just doesn't have the full number.
So, Morgan, do you want to reach out to your CW?
Actually, Conrad is here.
Oh, hey, Conrad,
There is no CW.
Come on up. come dance with us.
There is no CW judge. You're listed as the CW.
Okay, I meant the person, did he pull a gun on the person? Okay, right, he had one on him. So do you have the name of the person that was the actual worker that was there?
Eric Adams.
I just want to make sure that
has
that,
nothing to do with the case. And then
well,
the judge
he's
said that they
there.
refused to involve him or take charges on either party.
I just want to make sure that he's not over there. Because what Mr. Benavides is asking is us to let him go back to this location. Because he owns it. This only says, it doesn't have a address though, Eric. It just says the street. This isn't right.
It's got its own.
This isn't it. It's even though if the property location is a different one, this one's in Highland as opposed to that one's in Baytown.
That was the name of the street, wasn't it?
It was
The Wallaceville.
Only thing that's same thing here, it says is Wallaceville, but it doesn't have the actual street address. It doesn't have the actual correct city. Do you want to print this out too for you, the conditions?
Yeah, please. Probably gonna have to print the flat records because it just shows like lot 2 in Wallaceville. Look, the flats here. So it does say Wallaceville and Baytown here. You just need some,
on property records.
well, here's the plat. I don't know, we'll bust out the whole plat. See exactly what, you see the problem is.
What is this address?
This is where he purchased the property, but it says like East Wallaceville. Road. It's the same East Wallaceville Road, it just doesn't say 3031.
It's talking about Highlands.
Sometimes like it could be listed as Highlands or Baytown.
Say the address out loud because I'm like, so that you,
Gotcha.
okay.
I'll go through the documents. So
Yeah, just let me know. I mean, we've got a while.
Okay. What's up, man?
Judge, we had one more arraignment,
Okay.
He's gonna
page
get that off.
24. Yanez, come on up.
Did he just get here?
No, he